Coming up on Headline News, Russia continues to invade Ukraine. But first, President Biden addresses pandemic fraud. Stay tuned and informed on this week's JBCN Headline News. Hello, I'm Connor Williams, and welcome to JBCN Headline News. Pandemic fraud is the misuse of pandemic relief funds. On March 1st, Biden held the State of the Union address discussing infrastructure, pandemic fraud, and the current attack on Ukraine. Take a look at what he had to say on pandemic fraud, courtesy of the White House YouTube channel.
Deficit. The previous administration not only ballooned the deficit with those tax cuts for the very wealthy and corporations, it undermined the watchdogs, the job of those to keep pandemic relief funds being wasted. Remember we had those debates about whether or not those watchdogs should be able to see every day how much money was being spent, where was it going to the right place? But in my administration, the watchdogs are back. And we're going to go after the criminals who stole billions of relief money meant for small business and millions of Americans. Tonight, I'm announcing that the Justice Department will soon name a chief prosecutor for pandemic fraud. And look, I think we all agree, thank you. By the end of this year, the deficit will be down to less than half of what it was before I took office. The only president ever to cut the deficit by more than $1 trillion in a single year. Lowering your cost also meant demanding more competition. I'm a capitalist, but capitalism without competition is not capitalism. Capitalism without competition is exploitation. It drives up profits. And corporations have to compete. Their profits go up and your prices go up when they don't have to compete.
On Wednesday, February 24th, Russian troops launched an assault on Ukraine as President Vladimir Putin addressed the public. In the address, he said Ukraine posed a threat to the safety of Russia. After multiple peace talks between Putin and Biden, he's decided to move forward with the attack. In a transcript from the address translated by Bloomberg, we see that Putin said, quote, "The purpose of this operation is to protect people who, for 8 years now, have been facing humiliation and genocide perpetuated by the Kiev regime. To this end, we will seek to demilitarize and denazify Ukraine, as well as bring to trial those who perpetuated numerous bloody crimes against civilians, including against citizens of the Russian Federation." He continues to say, "It is not our plan to occupy the Ukrainian territory. We do not intend to impose anything on anyone by force." End quote. He ended his address with, "No matter who tries to stand in our way, or all the more so create threats for our country and our people, they must know that Russia will respond immediately, and the consequences will be such as you have never seen in your entire history." Shortly after big explosions were heard in the Ukraine capital, Kiev. In response, President Biden, with the support of NATO, released a series of sanctions on business with Russia. During the State of the Union, he had this to say.
Putin's latest attack on Ukraine was premeditated and totally unprovoked. He rejected repeated efforts at diplomacy. He thought the West and NATO wouldn't respond. He thought he could divide us at home, in this chamber, in this nation. He thought he could divide us in Europe as well. But Putin was wrong. We are ready. We are united, and that's what we did. We stayed united. We prepared extensively and carefully. We spent months building coalitions of other freedom-loving nations in Europe and the Americas, from America to the Asian and African continents, to confront Putin. Like many of you, I spent countless hours unifying our European allies. We shared with the world in advance what we knew Putin was planning and precisely how he would try to falsify and justify his aggression. We countered Russia's lies with the truth. And now that he's acted, the free world is holding him accountable, along with 27 members of the European Union, including France, Germany, Italy, as well as countries like the United Kingdom, Canada, Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, and many others, even Switzerland, are inflicting pain on Russia and supporting the people of Ukraine. Putin is now isolated from the world more than he has ever been. Together, along with our allies, we are right now enforcing powerful economic sanctions. We're cutting off Russia's largest banks from the international financial system, preventing Russia's central bank from defending the Russian ruble, making Putin's $630 billion war fund worthless. We're choking Russia's access. We're choking Russia's access to technology that will sap its economic strength and weaken its military for years to come. Tonight, I say to the Russian oligarchs and the corrupt leaders who bilked billions of dollars off this violent regime, no more. The United States Department of Justice is assembling a dedicated task force to go after the crimes of the Russian oligarchs. We're joining with European allies to find and seize their yachts, their luxury apartments, their private jets. We're coming for your ill-begotten gains. And tonight, I'm announcing that we will join our allies in closing off American airspace to all Russian flights, further isolating Russia and adding additional squeeze on their economy.
This is a developing situation, and we will keep you updated.